Welcome to More Derby. I'm senior editor Denton Davidson here with Ginuwine, formerly known as Husky on The Masked Singer. Ginuwine, a man of my generation. I loved seeing you up there. So what gave you the inspiration to get up on that stage and do this show?
Uh, what gave me the inspiration was for me to just come out of my shell and come out of my comfort zone. And my agent helped me do that. He was like, "Come on, man, you got to do it. You got to do it." Because at first I said no, but then it took a little convincing, and so I was always a fan of the show, but that's just not my type of thing to do. So once I said I was going to do it, I just focused and I saw my way through it. But I didn't know what I was signing up for.
How competitive did it get? I mean, were you upset when you got voted out? Like, do you get a little competitive after a little while?
Well, yeah, after you get voted out and you leave, then you really be like, wow, man, I wish I'd have stayed one more or something like that. But it was all in good fun, and I didn't mind. I knew like it was going to be a tough road to travel, and I was trying to overcome a lot of things that were going on in the suit, the hotness and all that kind of stuff. So it was something that I won't forget, but I'm glad that I did it because I overcame a fear of mine, and that's just stepping out of my comfort zone.
A lot of people say it does get hot, and you're sort of a dynamic performer. So is it hard? I remember Bobby Brown on there. I think they had to like stop the show. He almost like passed out. So what is it like in that trying to perform in that big suit?
Very difficult, brother. And I mean, I'm glad because at first when I was saying something about it, I was like, I don't want to keep saying something about it. I don't want to be no diva. I don't want to, I don't, but then all it was telling me was like, nah, that's the complaint every year. And I was like, I don't understand that because they've been here for so long. They should be able to fix that issue. But for what it was all worth, man, it was something that I overcame. And that suit is you can't maneuver really good in that suit, and it's very heavy. So you really have to get comfortable with it and do what you can do. And just like you said, I'm used to moving, so when I couldn't move as much as I wanted to, it got a little difficult. But I started wanting to just pay attention to the words and at least get that right.
What were your thoughts when you saw the Husky, like for the first time, before you had to
Oh,
even
I loved
edit
it.
it?
Oh yeah, I loved it, man. When they showed me, I thought that they did their due diligence because that's pretty much something that represents me. I'm a go-getter. Whenever I see something I want, if I really want it and I want to accomplish it, I go get it. Alpha male, all that good stuff. So it represented me. The marriage to me and the suit represented me well. And once I got it on, I mean, it was fresh. I liked it, but it was just hot.
Did they consider a pony, or is that just too obvious?
Yeah, that would have been too obvious, and I think my voice is so distinctive. That would have been a dead giveaway. Like that, I'm pretty sure they didn't even think about that. They was like, "Nah, we got to come up with something else."
Did you start thinking about who you were? I mean, Sea Queen prevailed in this one. I think it's obvious who she is. We're not going to give spoilers, but I think to me, this is someone of our generation as well. Did it start swirling in your mind who you're up against, or are you just in your own zone? Like, did
Yeah, I didn't even think about who was there. You know what I mean? Of course, you hear voices and stuff like that, but I didn't even pay attention to it really. I mean, I was hearing it, but I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't like, oh, who's that? Who's that? Nah, I wasn't doing nothing like that. I was just more concerned with myself and how far I was gonna go on the show and all that good stuff. So it was a great experience.
what artist did you idolize growing up? Like, who did you want to be when you were a young performer?
Michael Jackson and Prince. Pretty much that those are the two that inspired me. Michael more so than even Prince. When I saw Michael on Motown 25, that's when they say that light bulb goes off in your head.
Yeah.
That's actually really, really, really what happened. Soon as I saw him, I said, that's what I want to do. And so I started my journey then.
Well, I have a lot of records in this room, and
Mhm.
they're on the walls, and it includes Prince and Michael and the Eagles and the Beach Boys, and it's varies. But I have one that is a real classic, and I want you to tell me
Mhm.
what you think about when you see this.
I
What does this bring
love it.
back
I
for you,
love it.
Ginuwine?
I love it. Thank you, man. That's what that they say that was my best album. I always ask that. People always say, "Yo, man, I love all your albums," but that one was for me. That one did it for me, and I'm happy about that because I overcame the sophomore jinx. You know what I'm saying? So I was so happy that that album did better than my first album. So that was a time in my life that I'll never forget.
And it was a time in my life where I was probably at a party on a coffee table, looking for my number one fan somewhere.
Yes.
What do you
Yep.
remember? Like, what is there any specific recording session or crazy story about that album that you can share with fans that maybe you haven't told or shared for a while? What do you remember
Oh,
about the process?
oh yeah. Well, nah. That album was special because I was able to work with Aaliyah. I was able to continue working with Static Major.
Yeah.
And of course, Timbaland and Missy and all them. And the stories goes like, us playing in the studio a lot, playing cards, joking with each other. The music process wasn't even long. Like we'd be in there all day, but we would I can write a song in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So so when you have and help with your backgrounds and your all that, we could do songs in about 2 hours. You know what I mean? So the process of doing a song while we were in there was the easy part, but the memorable part was all of the things that we did, together, playing cards, joking, telling stories to each other and what we want to do and all that. So that's a time in my life, like I said, I'll never forget. You can't do it again, because people are resting in peace and all that. But yeah, it was my sophomore album, and it was just family back then. And I mean, we're still a lot of us are still close and all that, but it's just not like it was back in the days.
Yeah. Streaming just isn't like everything,
Yeah.
everything is just different.
Yeah, it's just different. That's why I don't really worry about putting out new music now, or maybe I'll do it later. But it's been a blessing for me to come out in the 90s and early 2000s and being a part of that era of music, because it's just resurging, and people are using my songs and remaking them and all that kind of stuff. And I say yes to everything that come across my desk. I'll be like, yep, you can use it. Yep, 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 you can use it. Yep. So I'm not the guy that'll say no, I don't want to. I never understood that anyway. You giving up money, so I'm always writing off, whatever someone wants to do, and as long as it's creative and long as it sounds pretty good, I don't care.
Uh, what did you think of the judges in who they guessed? Jenny thought you were Brian McKnight. Anyone my age knew you were not Brian McKnight.
Exactly.
And Ken guessed Little Romeo. I don't know what Little Romeo sounds like as a singer,
Sounds like singing. Yeah, I don't.
so I have no idea. But then Robin and Nicole picked up on it, which they're the singers. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
What do you think about those guesses?
Well, those guesses was funny to me, and the good but bad thing about the suit and the mask and everything was, um, I didn't sound like myself at all. You know what I mean? Because I was dried out. You know what I mean? And so that was a good thing for the show, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't a good thing for me because I had to scream and do all kind of stuff. So Robin, I know Robin, so I figured he would get it before anybody. You know what I mean? So and I know Nick, so I was like, I gotta. I'm glad that I don't sound like myself, because I guess that's why they were saying those names and all that. But soon as I was unmasked and I sung Pony, that's when you can actually tell that it's me. So you know, that was a good thing though. And I'm glad I threw them off. And they had some crazy guesses though. I was in the mask laughing. I was like, oh my God, what?
You were also singing like Bon Jovi and Elton John, things that we're not
Right.
used to really hearing from you.
Right. The you know, when you singing those songs, you're not gonna sound like yourself. And you know, fighting all the other stuff, you definitely ain't gonna sound like yourself. Because at first I was a little aggravated because I wanted to do certain songs, and then I understood like, no, why they don't want you to do that, because it's a dead giveaway a lot of times. You know what I mean? You know, like that you're trying to throw them off, but have them guess because of the clues and the voice.
So what are you up to next? What can genuine fans look forward to? Are you going to get out and perform? What's next for you?
Well, I've been on the road nonstop. I'm gone pretty much every weekend of the year. I had to tell them no for this month because, you know, I get burnt out. But I am bringing in the New Year's with the troops over in Qatar. So I'm gone pretty much every weekend, and that's all I'm pretty much doing, and being a father and being a grandfather, and just enjoying life.
Well, Ginuwine, it was fun to see you up on that stage as a Husky, and we're looking
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you around. And thanks for hanging out with Gold Derby today.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.